This is my final outcome.
So, you can fix a board, then you can fix a bike. And if you can fix a bike, then you can fix a car. And when you can fix all that, you'll be a
new generation of creative developers for the creative industries.
Start your journey.
Right, so I started off this term not even knowing how to code. So in order for me to start building this skateboard, I actually needed to know what the parts were. So the start of term was pretty much Dan Shiffman videos. So here's a little show reel to show for it. So it took me a solid month to finally obtain the Dan Shiffman sound starter packs. So I went off on my own, playing a lot with the random function and the oscillators, and really thinking about what I really want to do with this year. So I bought this frame and really wanted to make the landscape inside it exciting, just like this Apex Twins video. I wanted to get a sense of something wild and dynamic, just like Soutine's paintings. I also wanted to be like those cool Instagram 3D artists. For this project, I wanted to combine the two to create an audio reactive 3D landscape, and in my head, it looks like this.
Alexa, play
drum and bass.
You actually don't have to yell at it, okay? It uses far field technology so it can hear you from anywhere in the room.
So it can just hear you anywhere?
Yes.
I then started thinking, make things talk to you when music's not on, but I was pretty much overthinking the whole idea and I wasn't really making anything because I was afraid that it might not work. Luckily, Joel had this quote.
G'day.
The quote really helped me not to care as much and just to make things and worry about making things work later on. We got Blender Guru on YouTube for helping me with the basics through a donut, and to this tutorial that got me one step closer to my goal by teaching me how to.
Like a big sound to F curves.
And with this new toolset in Blender, I experimented with different nodes and textures in order to get the creative vision that I had in my head, and this is what came out of it. But I still had one big problem. I had to react to audio in real time. I tried solving this through Unity, but that ended up with me having to learn a set of basics again and a whole new language of C++. I had overloaded myself with knowledge and wasn't letting myself absorb it into wisdom. It was unhealthy for my project as it was going nowhere. Having spent the holidays resting and feeling that the knowledge is finally absorbed, I thought it was ready to take my project back into P5.js. So I took it back to the basic building grounds in order to have a clearer outlook. Although the sound reactive landscape wasn't in sight anymore, I did have a much better understanding in order to fulfill the brief. I planned to first work with a 2D image, an image array, and finally onto my Blender renders. Inspired by Kanye's live performance, I planned to create something with the same visual intensity. My biggest problem was controlling the volatileness of the visualizers. However, by learning about thresholds and mapping the bass, mid and treble, things were looking up. Playing around with WebGL and the use of Translate, I finally got the desired look and feel of my Blender renders as textures in a visualizer. My last development was the use of the webcam, and by fusing all the things I've learned in the past month, I present to you my first visualizer called Kaleidoscope.
I know you're dying trying to figure me out. My name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running.